Well, good evening, everyone. I want to welcome you to Central Florida, home of Disney Cruise Line and, of course, Walt Disney World. It always feels special to be in the Magic Kingdom after regular park hours, and tonight promises to be as memorable as an evening as any other. You are here during an exciting time in our company's history. At this very moment, there are more new projects under development at Walt Disney Parks and Resorts around the world than ever before in our 56-year history. And I can honestly say, in my 39 years with the company, I have never been more excited about the direction of our business, the energy of our team, and the potential we have to create happiness for our guests. So before we focus on what's happening right here in Florida, I'd like to take you on a quick tour around the world, Disney style. Let's start in Paris. In August, Toy Story Playland opened at Walt Disney Studios Park, providing our guests new immersive experiences that combine the beloved Pixar characters with magical new attractions. In California last summer, we had the successful debut of World of Color, the first major addition in our expansion of Disney's California Adventure theme park. And we headed full speed into 2012 with the debut of Cars Land, a 12-acre expansion themed to the Disney Pixar blockbuster Cars, also at Disney's California Adventure. Traveling further west, Aulani is a Disney resort and spa under construction in Ko'olina, Hawaii. It truly celebrates the best of Hawaii and represents a new way for the family to enjoy a vacation with Disney. And just months ago, our team at Hong Kong Disneyland celebrated its 5th anniversary. And during the next few years, we will debut for guests 3 new themed lands: Toy Story Land, Grizzly Gulch, and Mystic Point. And as you may have heard, we're also moving forward with a theme park in Shanghai. Now, before we get ahead of ourselves, you've traveled to Florida this week to see the Disney Dream. And wait until you do. Yeah, that's a good one. I promise you it's something you soon won't forget. This cruise ship is absolutely spectacular. It showcases innovation and dazzling entertainment everywhere you turn. From the aqueduct, yes, which I had a chance to ride last week already, to the magical portholes in each of our inside staterooms, and so much more in between. And speaking of more, here at Walt Disney World, we are officially kicking off our Let the Memories Begin campaign. And to tell you about it, we have several special guests lined up to speak to you tonight. The first of which is the president of Walt Disney World. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Meg Crofton.
Welcome to Walt Disney World, everyone, or chances are I should be saying welcome back. If this group is like most, many of you have been here before. And if that's the case, I hope being here stirs up some fond memories from your very first trip here, maybe through Space Mountain, or the first time you met your favorite Disney character, or your first fireworks high above Cinderella Castle. Memories such as these have a way of writing themselves on your heart. And when those memories involve family and friends, you treasure them. As we all know, time is precious. Children grow up quickly. Family and friends pass into and out of our lives. But the memories that we create for them last a lifetime. This year, through our Let the Memories Begin campaign, Walt Disney World and Disneyland are celebrating the family memories that are created in Disney theme parks every day. In a few minutes, Peter Yesowich, noted for his consumer insights and research on trends in travel, will provide you with an update on how children in particular think about family vacation memories. Memories are at the core of everything that you will see and hear tonight. We have several new projects in development here at Walt Disney World, but we believe that ultimately what we build is not bricks and mortar. What we strive to provide here at Disney are experiences that create lifetime memories. Here at Walt Disney World, our guests are already enjoying new offerings and making memories in each of our 4 theme parks. So I'd like to take you on a brief virtual tour, first of what's new, then of what's next, what's coming in the near term. One way to build great memories is to have an adventure together. And at Animal Kingdom, our guests can now experience what we believe to be the closest thing to an African safari that can be found outside of Africa. Wild Africa Trek is a personalized guided experience that combines the sights, the sounds, and the cuisine of Africa in an entirely new way. It's an add-on experience designed for adventuresome guests, and while it opened just 2 days ago, our guests are already telling us Wild Africa Trek is fantastic. Let's take a look at one family's recent excursion.
Jumbo!
Jumbo!
Is here for the Wild Africa Trek?
Yes.
You're in the right place. My name's Alex.
And I'm Laura, Jumbo.
We'll be your tour guides today. We're very excited to have you.
Thanks.
All right,
Let's head out.
Monday. Let's go. Monday. Let's go. They have some hippos if you look to the left.
That is huge! Look at all that fish!
Wow. Fish. That is a little there.
Whoa! Let's go see some giant crocodiles. Oh god! Look at that crocodile!
Twin day.
Go!
Twin
Day! Oh, that's a big tusk over there. That one's fun. Awesome.
This is your taste of Africa. My favorite part was the rhinos. Seeing the baby.
Twin Day!
And just as the trek takes you inside the world of an African safari, we are also continuing to create immersive experiences that take guests inside classic Disney stories. Here is a recent video of our Magic Kingdom guests enjoying the new interactive experiences at the Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh and alongside Rapunzel and Flynn Rider from Tangled.
Actually, I think all this reminds me of celebrating. All right, everybody ready to clap again? Keep clapping. You can know. Here we go. Bye.
We know that many family memories take place around the dinner table, and we're always adding to the range of themed dining opportunities here at Walt Disney World. At Epcot, we've recently added 2 new restaurants in World Showcase, La Hacienda, featuring authentic Mexican cuisine, and Via Napoli, which features the pastas, salads, gelato, and wood-fired pizza ovens of southern Italy. Our parades also offer our guests many special moments, enjoying the music, meeting a favorite character, or watching the face of a child or a friend as they return a wave from their hero. These are the things that memories are made of. At Hollywood Studios, we opened our Pixar Pals Countdown to Fun parade last weekend. It's a high-energy, multifaceted experience for fans of the great Pixar films, from Toy Story to Up. There's a lot that's new here, and our guests often tell us how much they appreciate that they encounter something that they've never seen before on nearly every visit. Walt Disney once said, "I wanted something alive, something that could grow, something I could keep plussing with ideas. The park is that. Not only can I add things, but even the trees will keep growing. The things will get more beautiful each year." Every time we add an element to our parks, we think long and hard about the emotional experience that we're creating. That will be evident tonight when we premiere The Magic, the Memories, and You, a new show that captures the memories of our guests using Cinderella Castle as its canvas. Toward the end of this presentation, our show director, Alan Brune, will share with you a behind-the-scenes look at how magical moments captured daily in our parks have inspired an all-new, larger-than-life nighttime spectacular. And there's more just around the corner. Later this year, Star Tours, the ultimate Star Wars adventure that I'm sure many of you have fond memories of, will reopen at our studio's theme park, this time in 3D. This amazing new attraction
will be a day long remembered.
Well, that's what I call 3D. When we first opened Star Tours in the 1980s, it broke new ground as the first Disney theme park attraction to be based on flight simulator technology. Now our Imagineers are hard at work reimagining the experience and using 3D high-definition video to transport our guests to this Star Wars galaxy like never before. And I'm pleased to announce tonight that the new Star Tours will open on May 20th, just in time to launch this year's Star Wars weekends. You know, when you come to visit our parks, where you stay has much to do with the memories you create here. And work continues on Disney's Art of Animation Resort, where families will enjoy the added space of both a living room and a bedroom in more than 1,000 family suites that open late next year. When you think of Walt Disney World, what comes to mind is probably the park where we're gathered right now. When our guests recall their visits, the Magic Kingdom and Fantasyland are at the heart of many of their favorite memories. If you've brought your family here over the years, or if you came yourself as a child, it's likely that you have a great Fantasyland memory. It might involve a princess, a pirate, Peter Pan, or Winnie the Pooh. Today, Fantasyland is the site of the largest expansion at the Magic Kingdom since we opened Walt Disney World in 1971. We are nearly doubling the size of Fantasyland. Walt once said that here in Florida, we have room enough to hold all of our dreams. And our new Fantasyland will contain every classic icon that guests love to visit, plus many more that will become memories for generations to come. To update you on the progress that's being made to bring to life this new Fantasyland, I'd like to welcome our Senior Vice President of Walt Disney Imagineering, Eric Jacobson.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Meg. I'm excited to be here tonight to tell you about the project we're working on. And today I would like to give you the first glimpse of the project we're making and bringing the stories of Fantasyland to life. This is a pretty impressive panorama, and it's not nearly as impressive as the real site that we're building on. It's going to be amazing. Let's start with Under the Sea, Journey of the Little Mermaid. In this attraction, featuring songs from the classic film, you'll travel with Ariel and her friends through their exciting adventures above and below the waves. Not far from Ariel's home, construction is well underway on the Castle of the Beast from Beauty and the Beast, standing majestically up upon a hill. There, just across an old stone bridge, is the Be Our Guest restaurant, a lavish dining experience in the elegant ballroom, gallery, and mysterious west wing of the Beast Castle. With seating for 550 guests, this magnificent facility offers great food fast, service by day, and full table service dining in the evening. Nearby, the castle is Belle's village, where you find the rousing Gaston's Tavern and Bonjour, village gifts. Just outside the village is Belle's cottage, of course, and the Enchanted Tales with Belle. Your adventure begins in Maurice's workshop, where a magical mirror is the doorway to a captivating storytelling experience. You'll be transported to the Beast Library to meet Belle and Lumiere and share a lively, interactive retelling of the tale as old as time. The Seven Dwarfs Mine Train will take you on a rollicking musical ride into the mine where 1,000,000 diamonds shine. The coaster will feature a first-of-its-kind ride system with a train of ride vehicles that swing back and forth, responding to every twist and turn of our exciting track. The journey will be accompanied by music from the classic Disney film and animated figures of Snow White and her lovable seven dwarfs. In Princess Fairy Tale Hall, just around the corner, Aurora, Cinderella, and other Disney princesses such as Tiana and Rapunzel will greet you in their home at an elegant royal court on the site where Snow White's Scary Adventures stands today. Just follow the sound of the calliope to Storybook Circus and double your fun with not one, but two circling carousels of airborne pachyderms on Dumbo the Flying Elephant. But before you take to the skies on this Fantasyland favorite, step inside the Big Top to find an unparalleled array of fun-filled family games and interactive wonders for kids of all ages. Just next door, the classic Barnstormer gets a bright new look as well, featuring the Great Goofini starring Goofy. It's a twisting, turning roller coaster flight high above all the circus fun. No, the new Fantasyland is scheduled to open in phases beginning in late 2012. And we're so excited for all these new adventures for all of our guests and for you to come experience them for yourselves. Thank you very much. And now please welcome to the stage Peter Yesowich.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we spent a lot of time in my career trying to understand how adults form and share vacation memories, but I think you're in for a treat tonight because what we did last fall is we decided to go out and ask the kids. As it turns out, I noticed as you entered the room tonight that we have a number of young journalists here in the room, so when we're done with this, you can tell us if we were right or if we were wrong. And for those of you who like to keep score on these kinds of things, what you're about to see is a summary of information from kids all across America. And it's a representative group of all kids of all ethnicities. And these kids live in spousal households where both mom and dad are present. Most of them have siblings, as you see here. As it turns out, 2/3 of them took at least one vacation with their parents, and about 1 out of 5 with just one parent. Now, the first thing we asked those kids was to tell us about the destinations they dream about when it comes to vacations. And what's really remarkable about this is what we call an unaided response in our work, and that is we don't provide the kids with a list of places they can take a vacation, but rather we simply ask them where it is they would like to go. Not surprisingly, you can see over 8 out of 10 kids in America say they dream about vacationing here at the Walt Disney World Resort. Half tell us they'd love to visit California, but you're about to see tomorrow why fully 8 out of 10 kids in America dream about cruising. Now what's amazing to me about that is that's 20 points higher than adults who dream about cruising in America. Obviously the Disney dream is going to be a spectacular success. We asked those kids to tell us about their most memorable vacation. And what was really interesting was the kinds of vacations that they took that they would recall and share with us. And not surprisingly, these are vacations that they would take with mom and dad. Now, if you have kids at home, I think you'll agree with me that in this frenetic world in which we live today, that finding time for family, let alone vacations and family, is a difficult thing to do. Which is why more and more parents in America tell us that the vacation is really a surrogate for the family time that they weren't able to spend for the past 4 or 5 months. Well, we asked those kids what kinds of vacations they were, and they told us that they were vacations either tied to a religious retreat or a theme park. And where they would take those vacations, well, you can see here, Walt Disney World and also Disneyland. Now, we also asked those kids to tell us about what aspects of the vacation made them most memorable. And you'll notice that the number one thing kids shared with us was simply the opportunity to spend time with mom and dad. Now we know that in families across America, about half of them do not have dinner together in the evening. So there's this yearning on their part to spend that quality time, and increasingly they spend that time together on vacation. And yes, it's the rides and the thrills that come with those things that make it memorable, and you're going to see in a moment who enjoys them the most. We also asked those kids to tell us how they went about the process of recording those vacation memories. And in this digital age, it comes as no surprise that it is digital photography that is the preferred technique. But you'll notice that kids also tell us that souvenirs from those vacations are vital catalysts in terms of remembering and sharing those memories. We also notice that those kids are very active in terms of assembling those memories in the form of scrapbooks. But when we asked them to tell us how they shared those vacation memories, you can see the influence of the new age. And that is, first and foremost, kids are storytellers. And if you don't believe that, just ask a kid about his or her most memorable vacation. But you'll also notice that they are very active in use of social media. In fact, one of the fascinating things that came out of this work is we discovered that more and more kids share those vacation memories in real time. As those memories occur, they share them with friends and family. And you'll notice that blogging is also growing in its popularity. Now, you know that kids rule if you have them at home. Well, let me share with you just how much they rule. We know that according to the kids, that 8 out of 10 say they actually plan what the family does. 8 out of 10 say they decide where the family goes out to dinner, and 2/3 say that they're the ones that actually decide what the family watches on TV. But to all of us in the business of travel, what's fascinating is this statistic, and that is that 2/3 of kids in America say they're the ones that determine where that family is going to go to enjoy that vacation. Now when they get there, there's some highlights and there are some lowlights, and the special privileges kids get when they take a vacation are probably ones that you remember as a kid as well. You got to stay up late, you got to watch TV in bed, you would sleep a little later, you would eat dessert before dinner, and if mom and dad would permit, you might even order some room service. Well, as it turns out, there's some downsides to kids planning vacations. They don't want to share the bed with their brother or sister, and if dad snores, it makes for a long night. We also know that sharing the bathroom, particularly with siblings, is something that is not particularly popular. Well, this is the refrain that many of us have heard for many, many years, and that is, en route to that wonderful vacation. Are we there yet? Well, there is a downside of this to kids on vacation. You'll notice that sharing the car with their brother or sister is not a particularly positive experience. Sitting too long, not having control of the stereo, and if dad threatens to turn around, you all remember those days as well. Well, the other interesting thing is we asked those kids to tell us with whom they would like to vacation. And consistent with their desire to spend more time with their families, it comes as no surprise that 6 out of 10 said they want that vacation time with their mom and dad. You know, we had a theory before we did this work that they might tell us more about their friends. Well, not true, although the friends are obviously very important. It's that time with mom and dad, even more so than bringing along the family pet. Well, the other thing you'll be interested to know is when we ask those kids to tell us about their vacation essentials, it's not the suntan oil and the comfortable sneakers and the clothes, it's the iPod. 1 out of 5 kids say that's an essential item to bring on vacation, along with the cell phone, the video game, and perhaps the stuffed animal. And finally, when they get to wonderful places like here at Walt Disney World, and they have the opportunity to take those thrill rides, the question we ask is, who's the big chicken? And you'll notice that it's mom. Only 1 out of 6 kids said it was me. But they also told us that this is a journey on which dad does not threaten to turn around. Take a look at what some of the kids told us here at Walt Disney World.
I always dreamed of coming to Disney my whole life. This is my first time being here. I get so happy when I get at Disney World.
The best time I ever had at Disney was spending time with my family and going on special rides.
This place is magical. I love it here.
Our mom takes 1 billion pictures.
No, 1,000,000,001.
We take a lot of pictures. Yeah, and we like to buy souvenirs to remember everything too.
We take stuff home to be remembered when we were at Disney.
I collect chicken nail pins, and it was one from
cut, and there's a present you can lift up top, and Chip was inside the box.
If I had to choose one person to go on vacation with, it would probably be my dad.
I would pick my mom because she would go like on anything with me. My mom, my cousin, Sam, Kyle, my best friend Sarah. I would take my brother because I love him.
The traveling part is sick. On the wrong part, I hate the news radio.
When you get up and stand, your legs just go, I'm not used to this anymore.
It took forever. When I'm on vacation, I get to do all kinds of stuff that I don't get to do at home.
I get to stand late. We get to eat more candy.
Lollipops, corn candy, popcorn,
So our dad buys us whatever we want on vacation.
hard candy, soft candy. My mom's the chicken because she doesn't like big rides.
Sometimes I get scared like in my pictures I look at, or I definitely just close my eyes and
On vacation, I have to bring my iPod.
definitely my DS.
One thing that I don't leave home when we go on vacation is my sister.
I can't go anywhere without my MP3.
My camera to have the pictures for memories.
You know, we first started this journey to understand how those vacation memories were formed and shared back in the fall. I'd like now to introduce the gentleman who introduced this so masterfully. This is Disney show director Alan Broom. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Good evening, everyone. I'm very pleased to be here representing entertainment and representing a very, very dedicated team of artists and professionals and technicians who are creating the show that you are going to see tonight. In just a short while, you will experience the magic, the memories, and you. It's a new kind of nighttime entertainment, a combination of beautiful music and stunning cutting-edge visual imagery celebrating the memories made in the park by thousands of guests today. Through the use of high-power projections, you will see the castle do a few things you've probably never seen it do before. Turrets will spin or rocket into space. Vines will grow up the side. Planets and cannonballs will whiz by. And at one point, the entire castle is engulfed in flames. And on top of that, over 500 pictures taken by Disney photo imaging photographers will show today's guests making new memories throughout the Magic Kingdom. Now, I'm not going to try to describe the show to you. You'll see it soon enough, but suffice it to say that it's a heck of a lot more than a slideshow on the castle. Now, instead, I'd like to just briefly take a page from Walt's playbook. Every Sunday evening, he used to come into our living room and take us behind the scenes and show us some great new piece of technology, whether it was the audio animatronics that was bringing Mr. Lincoln to life, or the thousands of lights that were making up the electric light parade. All of this technology that he knew would ultimately disappear into the story and into the experience. Now, this project involves a combination of elements, everything from music, story, photography, video, animation. But let's start with the projectors themselves, 16 of them to be exact. Now, as you can see here, the projectors are in 4 rooftop locations, 2 along Main Street, 1 in Frontierland, and 1 in Tomorrowland, allowing us to wrap images all around the sides of the castle. Now, the castle is a fairly interesting projection screen. It is so multifaceted, it is so three-dimensional that we can't just shine images on it. We needed to take the time to do a very, very sophisticated digital mapping of the castle so that we could cover every square inch with sophisticated images allowing and following every contour of the turret and filigree, so that we can not flatten out the castle, but really allow it to be completely three-dimensional and make, as you'll see, a number of transformations. Only once we had that digital mapping done could we start the process of creating the custom designs and animation that would tell a story,
the story of our guest's experience. That experience that starts the moment that Dad says we're going to Disney World. And we have that wonderful excitement and preparation and arrival to the parks, into the great fun and adventure and family experiences, and culminating with, of course, a fireworks finale. And as we often do, we started with music to create the framework for our story. We took dozens of our favorite Disney tunes and wrapped them around a brand new song called, not surprisingly, Let the Memories Begin. Then we started the process of storyboarding the 10-minute show as if it was a short film, and started creating incredible artwork, as you can see here on the castle, to frame the pictures and the video that are a big part of the show. This is a rendering of vines that you'll see at the very beginning of the show, capturing video and photographs. And then the next slide shows you what it's going to look like in California as we debut its version of the magic, the memories, and you on the facade of It's a Small World on January the 27th. From these original images, a team of animators then took the story images and brought them to life, transforming the castle over and over again, culminating in a series of photomosaic images made up of thousands of individual pictures. And this was just the start. Now we come to the real challenge, incorporating 500 photos taken just hours before into the animation, and doing it every single day, sometimes twice. These photos are selected, hand-selected, from thousands taken each day by our Disney photo imaging photographers. 500 photos are carefully hand-chosen, labeled and cropped, and then fed into a computer system that I'm very grateful that I do not have to understand. The computer decides then which picture goes into which of the 500 slots in the show, and ultimately they end up displayed in the castle, seamlessly integrated into the animation. It's an amazing and complex process, but it involves just as much high touch as it does high tech, as individuals select those photographs before the computer populates the castle with them. Now, of course, there's a lot I'm not telling you about the magic, the memories, and you. After all, I've got to leave something to your imagination, and I need to leave something of a bit of a surprise for you this evening. But I do want to let you know that the technology involved in creating the show is, as I've said, incredibly sophisticated. But here at Disney, our goal is always to make that technology disappear into the story and into the emotion. Ultimately, our hope is that in celebrating the memories of our guests through song and image, the show itself will become a lasting memory for all our guests, beginning tonight with you. So enjoy the memories. Thank you. And I'd like to bring back up onto the stage Al Weiss.
Well, thank you, and thanks to Peter and Alan, as well as Meg and Eric. And as I mentioned at the start, there's a lot to be excited about. One thing I was wondering, though, I wonder if there are enough fire trucks for all that castle problems that we're going to have tonight. Our teams here in Florida and around the world are delivering the magic of Disney through a variety of increasingly unique experiences designed to help our guests create and celebrate memories they're going to cherish for a lifetime. Tonight, as you leave this theater, we encourage you to reconnect with your family and friends. We want you to enjoy dinner and be our guest as we debut for you our new nighttime castle spectacular. And just to be sure you get your rest tonight, because tomorrow's christening of the Disney Dream has all the makings of another classic, memorable Disney day. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for today's presentation. We now invite you to enjoy dinner and entertainment throughout Frontierland. The world premiere of The Magic, the Memories, and You will take place in front of Cinderella Castle at 9:20 p.m. Thank you.